I think one clarification or maybe teaching point would be, what is ministerial in terms of land use and what isn't? Maybe if you could just kind of explain that.
Yeah, thank you for the question, John. That's a good one. So ministerial means there's no entitlement action. There's no public process or review when reviewing the development project. With discretionary approval, that's something that's not ministerial. That in its word is discretionary, right? There's some discretion that has to apply to a project within their decision making, and that once you become a discretionary action, then you also have to have a supporting environmental document. And I keep raising this because the environmental document is probably the single most challenged process in the state of California, right? When people go after projects, they typically go after the environmental document. And so a ministerial is essentially, there might be some review, right, by the city to just basically check that you're meeting all the standards that you say you're meeting, that your project is meeting within the zoning standards, and any of those areas that you're exceeding, through the density bonus process, they're doing that check to make sure that you're checking all those boxes. But otherwise, you go straight to building permit, right, without that discretionary process. And by the way, especially in the city of LA, that discretionary process can take a very long time. I mean, anywhere between 6 months, which is the very short end of it, of a discretionary entitlement process, to 3 years or more, right? To process just to get past that one step, that discretionary step.
So discretionary is state's density bonus program, or TOC. So they've created certain discretionary bonus programs that is not ministerial, right? That's also another kind of distinction here that we're trying to clarify, right?
Yeah, I mean, what I'm trying to clarify here is a lot of this can be done ministerially, right? I mean, you have to meet these, you have to meet the criteria to be awarded the program, right? To actually use that program. Like SB 35, for example, the 50% of your base units as affordable, can't have any existing residential units on your site. You have to use prevailing wage construction. I mean, it has to be an urban area. 75% of your property has to be developed, of the boundary of your property has to be developed. If you qualify for all that, then it takes what would otherwise be a discretionary action and turns it into a ministerial process,
right?
Meaning, it takes that and makes it not be an entitlement,
right?
Which can, I mean, right now, as you can imagine, our housing crisis that we're in large part because of the development process, right? It's so convoluted. I have a job and a successful company as a result of the fact that it's so difficult to get past the entitlement process, and understand what can and cannot be developed on a site. It takes that and makes it ministerial. And I mean, you go straight to permits basically, right? And there's timelines, that are applied to these processes to help speed up and streamline the process.